Yo, 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 what is going on, Miami Hurricanes fans, my college football family? How the heck are you guys doing tonight? I'm going to be real with you. I barely made it. I barely made it here. Originally the stream would happen on a Friday night, but I'm the best man in a wedding, so we rescheduled it to tonight for Thursday. It was originally for 9:30. But because we had to pick up some family at the airport, but then something got messed up with that, so we scheduled it to 9. Then something got messed up with that, so we moved it to 8. Then my computer crashed right before I went live, which was at 8 p.m. So, whoo! What a wild flipping day it's been, man. I got to give a shout out real quick to this man right here.
To wear to you on the side of your helmet.
A Burgos coming through with the 10 months Canes fan membership, my man. Thank you so much for the love, Burgos, longtime supporter on the channel and taking over that top dono spot, which it has Tony's name on it from previous streams. So A Burgos says, my show right here. Let's get it, man. Thank you so much for that $10 dono. We're throwing enough to use in the chat. You love to see it, man. Let me get you up atop your throne, Burgos. Let me know real quick, guys, before we dive into this. Let's give people a minute to get in and find their seats. Can you guys hear me okay? Is my mic too loud? Is it too quiet? Is there anything weird or finicky with the stream? And I ask because feedback is super valuable, especially during a live stream, because we're live. Everything's happening right now. I don't get to edit it. No post-production happening here. I've made some changes to my stream setup, to the audio setup. I made some changes to the stream software because if you guys remember my last 2 streams, 3 streams, 4 streams, 10 streams, it's been a bunch of them. My streams have cut out in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm hoping that I have corrected that. So let me know how I sound. Let me know how everything looks. Please be honest, because we're trying to make sure that everything's working properly like it should. So any feedback is good. If you tell me that, nah, Coop, something must be off with the camera, you looking a little ugly, listen, bro, that's just the way I look. So I can't change anything about that. I'm so sorry. But how y'all doing tonight? Be careful not to fart or we will hear it. That's very true. That's very true, 24/7 Canes. I have to make sure I get all of that out before the stream, right? So A Burgos, of course, is in the building. E-Dub Kane in the building. Vols for Life. Is this the person I think it is? Is Vols for Life the? How would he know unless I say who I think it is? But I think that Vols for Life is the person that I think it is. We got Ricky in the building. We got Crip in the building. We got It's a Canes Thing. We got Zulu. What's good, my man? We got Chris Brown. We got Ed. We got Robert Harris. Christopher Glockson. We got It's All About the U1. Thomas Abel. Emery Bradley. 6'8" Paint Beast BTW. LSU Dream Team. Lewis Griffin. Man, I appreciate you guys. And I really, really mean it tonight. Man 12, what's going on, bro? Because the hype is at an all-time low for this game. Canes fans are kind of using this game potentially to kind of protest and show that they are not supporting the direction that this program is taking. But I'm going to keep it real with you guys. There's no way that I could ever not watch a Miami Hurricanes game unless I'm forced to. So, this is a bad time to make this analogy because I'm missing the game this Saturday. So I will not be live. If you've missed my videos that I posted up, I am not going to be live this Saturday for the Central Connecticut game. No, it's not because I'm boycotting the program. No, it's not because I've lost interest in this season. It's because I am the best man in a wedding. So if everybody here, all 7 or 8 people that are here, however many there is, if you could help me out on Saturday and let everybody know that Coop is at a wedding, because I'm still going to get slammed with DMs. I'm still going to have people tag me on Twitter and say, WTF, where is Coop? The game, it's 12:45 and Coop ain't live. It's 1 p.m. It's halftime. Coop ain't live. Where is he? I'm at a wedding. I'm going to miss the game.
On the side of your helmet.
I'm sorry.
The South Coast Canes love the coach.
Hey, Jordan Page. Am I saying that right? Or is the J supposed to be like Horn Page? Jorn Page? What if I just call you Page, bro? Thank you for the love and the support. The big fat 20. Bro, man, thank you for the love, man. Thank you, thank you. I will sit you up atop your throne, taking over the spot. So, no, I will not be live for the game. I am so sorry. How many of you are going to need a link for the game? Let me just get a quick poll. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the state of the program. We're going to talk about Pope taking reps with the defense as a defensive back. We're going to talk about the quarterback battle. We're going to talk about the tackling. We're going to talk about the state of the program. We're going to talk about the game. But I need you to drop a 1 in the chat right now if you're going to need a link for Saturday's game. So the game is going to be on Bally Sports Media Network or something like that, and also ESPN3 apparently, but it might require a cable or satellite provider sign in to watch it on ESPN3. I don't know. It's Jordan like Horn. Perfect. So my instincts, what I was thinking was actually correct. So Horn, my man, Horn Page, thank you so much for the $20, man. South Coast Canes. I love it, bro. So RSN, Bally Sports. Okay, used to be Sun Sports. Gotcha. So, okay, a couple of you guys need links. Keep an eye on the community tab on YouTube, and keep an eye on my Twitter page, and I will make sure that I provide links in case some of you might need them. All right? So I got you with the hookup for the free links if you're not able to watch the game. I myself am going to have to record it. So I will record the game, and then I will watch it Saturday night. That way I can still be, up to speed and talk with everyone about it on Sunday. So I'm still hyped for the game. I still want to see, how everybody plays, especially since some of these young guys are going to get some reps in this game. Justin Smith, what's good, bro? No thanks, you'll look at the box score. Why do you not want to watch it, though? So I have a question before we get into the conversation tonight, before we start talking about the game. We're going to get into the meat on the bone here, and I am still taking phone calls. I'd still like to do score predictions. If you predict the correct score to this game, you win $200. $200. I'm not playing. All you got to do is call in and give your score prediction. But I want to ask you guys something about this, because I'm seeing this all over Twitter. I'm seeing it all over Facebook and all of the Miami Hurricanes fan pages. Would you ever root for the Miami Hurricanes to lose? And I'm going to go ahead and ask you. I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys this, because there are a group of fans out there that want to see the Miami Hurricanes lose because they feel like that is the only way that we'll see changes to this coaching staff, is if Miami goes downhill into a downward spiral and we just get blown out the rest of the season. And they feel like that's the only way that we would see changes. Now, I'm going to tell you what my opinion is.
To you.
But I need you to tell me what yours is. Would you ever be able to say, I hope Miami loses this game because I want to see changes and that's the only way they're going to happen? Just hit me with it. Hit me with it. I'll wait a second. Zulu, my man, hitting up the PayPal. Zulu, I know you've been in some of my previous streams this year, but how's your week been? How's life been for you, man? Thank you so much for hitting the PayPal with the $5. That goes straight into my pocket, bro. Thank you for that. Thank you for the love. Did you win the score prediction last week? It's all about the U1. Did you really win it? I'll have to go back and check. Holy crap. Did you actually win it?
On the side of your helmet.
Have a nice wedding.
That's my bad if I missed it. Man, I will go back and check it immediately after the stream, and if you did, I will touch base with you on Twitter, and I'll make sure that we provide proof that I got you the prize. I just have to go back and check it because I don't have the paper in here with me.
To you.
Dude, did you really win it?
Here's a few bucks for your troubles, bud. Scissor.
Hey, Bears, Cubs, Canes, thank you so much for the $10, man. We ain't even got into it. We ain't even got into it yet. Thank you so much for the love, man. Throwing some U's in the tip jar. So let's see. What do you guys say? Profane says, hell nah. Taylor says no. Crip says no. CF Canes fan, no. Roger Shane, nah. Okay. So I'm in the same boat as you guys. I could never root for the Miami Hurricanes to lose because as much as people think that might bring change to the program, I could not do that. I could not actually sit back and say, I hope that Miami loses this game because I just don't have it in me. There's no way. There are other ways that change could happen still, and it not be because we lost to a bunch of nobodies or because we lose out the rest of the season. I just can't get behind that, bro. I cannot get behind that, and I'm not gonna say that you're not a fan if you can, because if you do that, because it's not up to me. I'm not the fan police, bro. I don't tell you if you are or are not a fan. Only you truly know that. But I'm just telling you that me personally, I could not do that. I could not root against the Canes. Harrison Ford, what's good, man? I'm doing flipping fantastic, man. Flipping fantastic. I hope you are too. Let me know in the chat, man.
This is what it takes.
So let's get into the conversation so we can open up the
on the
phone
side
line.
of your helmet.
Zulu, my man is going off, feeling good tonight. All right, Zulu, I dig it. So thank you, man. I don't expect as much of a turnout for tonight's stream for two reasons. Number one, the hype is low for this game. People are just not feeling it. You know, they're discouraged after, you know, Miami being 1-2 to start out the season. And also because typically I'm not live tonight. I'm typically live tomorrow. So instead of it being the night before stream, this is the 2 nights before stream. So this isn't my normal time slot. So this is out of the ordinary. But I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on all of you that are here to show support and are tuning into the stream. So thank you guys being here even on a night that I'm not normally streaming. So let's get into it. The 1-2 Miami Hurricanes taking on the 1-2 Central Connecticut Blue Devils and an FCS team. 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday at Hard Rock Stadium. This is a game that, as disappointed as Canes fans are, I want to be straight up with you. As discouraged as we are, as upset as we are, as bad as we look after 3 weeks of football, there is no way that Miami loses this football game. There is no way that Miami loses to Central Connecticut. And I'm just going to be real. If we did. Let me take a drink. Hold on.
Listen, if Miami loses a game like this, Miami will lose more potential recruits if we haven't already. It's deeper than just coaching staff.
Fair. Profane, thank you for the $5, and very well said. And this is exactly what we were about to talk about. If Miami did find a way to lose this game, there's no way. There's no way. But if Miami found a way to lose this game, there absolutely would have to be changes like after it. I'm not even playing. Like somebody would have to lose a job if we ended up losing to Central Connecticut. There is just no way. People trying to take our players via the portal already, called the NCAA code enforcement. Yeah, man, I've heard that Florida has been in contact with Leonard Taylor. I've heard that there are several schools reaching out. And man, that's dirty, bro. Is that dirty or is that fair game? What do you think? Is that dirty or is that straight up just fair game? I've heard that some schools are saying, hey, listen, hey, yeah, Leonard Taylor, bro, I realize you've not been getting snaps at the University of Miami. Yeah, bro, and you know, we're undefeated. And Miami is 1-2. Its future's not looking bright over there, bro. Why don't you hit us up and let's discuss a couple things? Like, is that dirty?
This is what it takes.
Or is that just the way things go now? Is that the way it's always been? Is that cool?
Enjoy the wedding, Coop.
Hey, Don called Don. You know I butcher that last name every single time, bro. Another big supporter on the channel. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I'm gonna party it up. I'm gonna enjoy myself at the wedding, man. Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. You think it's dirty? You think it's dirty? Yeah, I've heard that that several people, I've heard that too, Shane. I can't confirm any of this stuff. I'm not like some kind of inside guy. But Ole Miss, I heard about them potentially reaching out to Jake Garcia. I heard about Florida potentially touching base with Leonard Taylor. Just poking a little bit. Just pulling down the blinds and just peeking a little bit. Just reaching out, making contact. And man, that sucks. That sucks. Taking advantage of, you know, the opportunity that's there because we're not looking that good. Young guys aren't getting play time that they feel like they should be because they think that they're better. And that puts us in a really bad position. Get rid of the flat bill, Coop. Why the heck would I do that? Why in the world would I get rid of the flat bill hat? So this is the last game before ACC play begins for the Miami Hurricanes. So this is still going to be huge, mostly because we want to see the young guys play. And the young guys will play Saturday because De'Aaron King has the shoulder injury. So it has been confirmed that TVD and Jake Garcia will both see playing time on Saturday. And we're going to talk about that a little bit deeper here in just a few minutes. Phone lines will be opened up in probably about 10 minutes, my friend, and we'll get them opened up. This is going to be kind of a shorter stream than normal since it's our off time. But let's go over and take a quick look. We'll talk about the game, and then we'll get the phone lines opened up. So, weather report for Saturday. How are things looking for kickoff at the game? It's still a couple days out, so these things could change, obviously. But right now, we're looking at 50% chance of scattered thunderstorms at Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday afternoon. So that could be a little interesting. Pretty high humidity as usual, around 68 to 70%. And that rain chance continues to increase throughout the afternoon as the game progresses. So could it potentially be a wet one? Would we be at a little more of an advantage under those circumstances? If we take a look over at the ESPN matchup predictor, 99.6% chance of victory for the Miami Hurricanes to win this game, giving Central Connecticut a measly 0.4%. But we know at the end of the day, that means Jack Diddley squat, right? Frank the Legendary, what's good, man? I'm happy to see you in here, man. Let's see. We could also talk about the Central Connecticut's last game, and this is what makes my score prediction very interesting. Central Connecticut's last game was against the Louisiana Lions, and the Lions put up a beefy 56-10 victory over Central Connecticut. And I still predicted, a lot of people did not agree with my score prediction because they're in their feelings and their emotions a little bit. 41-10, in case you missed my preview video. 41-10. So people look at this and they say, Coop, after the way Miami's been playing, there's no way. Our offense is averaging less than 20 points per game. There's no way that, guys, it's an FCS team. I know we've been struggling. But honestly, this is still a little bit embarrassing if you want me to be honest with you, if this were actually the case. The reason being is because the Louisiana Lions put up 56. So we need to put up more than 41. Honestly, we need to put up much more than 41 points, or it's still a little bit of an embarrassment if the Louisiana Lions can put up 56. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that we get the victory, but I hope that it's, more points than that is what I'm saying. And uni combo, of course, has been decided. Green over white for the Miami Hurricanes. Central Connecticut, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea what kind of uniform combo they're wearing. Do you guys want me to be completely honest with you for a second? Do you want me to be completely honest and tell you something that I probably shouldn't say? Now, it's been a busy week for me. So this kind of plays a part into it. And I'm not getting to watch the game live on Saturday, which also plays a part into it. If you guys want me to be completely honest with you, I cannot even name a single player on the Central Connecticut football team. I can't name a single one. I don't know their quarterback. I don't know their running back. I don't know any of their stars. I don't know any of their playmakers. I don't know a single one. If you dropped a name in the chat right now and said, Coop, what's his position? I couldn't tell you. I didn't have the time to look them up. I didn't care to look them up. This is an FCS opponent. This is Central Connecticut, bro. It should be an absolute blowout, even when the Miami Hurricanes are struggling, even when our offense is looking weak, even when our defense is struggling to tackle. This should still be just an absolute monster blowout. We should see the twos getting to come in at least by the third quarter. And it should be absolutely no problem for Miami. So I didn't do my research for this one because it shouldn't be an issue. Why are they even on the schedule? Money. Everything comes down to money, always. So what was interesting about this game is, if you notice, did you guys notice that there's been almost no coverage for this game at all? And it's because, the hype for the Miami Hurricanes, it'd be different. If Miami was 3-0 right now, or heck, even 2-1, with our only loss being to Alabama, they'd still be hyping this game up. They'd be like, here's an opportunity for the Miami Hurricanes to flex on this FCS opponent. Young guys get some playing time, maybe play around with the playbook a little bit and kind of see, just for the heck of it, dial up some stuff maybe for future games. Test it out, right? Test the waters. But all everybody is talking about is the coaching staff, coaching changes. Fire Blake James, fire Manny Diaz, get rid of Julio Frank. That's all the headlines. Just Google it. Google Miami Hurricanes versus Central Connecticut, and you won't find any articles because all the articles are just talking about the coaching stuff, which is understandable. I get it. The point I'm trying to make is this game is not very hyped up. Any notable injuries for this game? Jalen Rivers is out for the season. That's kind of a bummer. We all already know that De'Aaron King is out for minimum this game, possibly the Virginia game, because we're going to have a short week after this one. Remember that Virginia next week is a Thursday. So if De'Aaron King is not 100% and if he doesn't begin preparing with everyone else, we might still see TVD or Jake Garcia playing in the Virginia game, our first ACC matchup. So things are going to get real interesting for us. And it's why I say, even though this game doesn't carry as much hype, I'm just as intrigued and interested to see the flow of this game and to see how everything goes. Cody Brown should supposedly get more carries in this game if Manny is being straight up with us. That should have happened against Michigan State, but it didn't. It was pretty much the Cameron Harris show. I'm really excited to see Cody Brown, hopefully, maybe, get some carries in this one. I showed my score prediction already. We talked about Pope getting snaps with the defensive backs, which I'm cool with. I don't know, how do you guys feel about Pope getting snaps with the defense? How do you guys feel about it? Noel Squad, what's good, man? Traveling Fools in the building. How do you guys feel about Pope taking snaps with the defense? Honestly, I'm cool with it. At this point, he's not cracked the starting rotation with the receivers, obviously due to the dropsies. He played some defensive back in high school, if I'm not mistaken. So what's wrong with him getting some snaps with the defense? In my opinion, that's him trying to do something, trying to make something happen instead of just giving up and hitting the portal because he didn't crack the starting rotation. We make fun of Pope. I've done it. I've been guilty of it because he's dropping passes, right? But at the end of the day, I want all of these guys to succeed. Hey, if Pope can't catch, how many interceptions do we have this year? Let's be honest. If Pope can't catch, maybe he can deflect passes. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. It's not a joke. Maybe at the end of the day, Pope can be good at deflecting passes and breaking up some plays. Maybe. I don't know how his tackling is, though. That's what's going to be interesting to see because when you've been on the offensive side of the ball for so long at the college level, that's a big adjustment to get back into initiating the contact instead of taking the contact, right? I don't think he's a Sam Shields. No. No, I would not compare him to Sam Shields, and I don't think he's that guy. But it'll be interesting, and I applaud him for trying to help the team and trying to crack the starting rotation on one side of the ball somewhere. Greg Bush, what's up, man? You need to shave, dude? Are you kidding me, bro? I've been growing this bad boy out for like a year, and you're gonna tell me I need to shave it off? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. So I already showed my score prediction. I'm about to open up the phone line, guys. 865-229-4131. Like I said, kind of short stream tonight. I would love to get your score predictions in, though. You already saw mine. 41-10. Yes, I'm just as upset with the coaching staff as you guys are, but it starts at the top. So for me, it's more than just Manny Diaz. Am I upset with the coaching staff? Yes. But I'm very upset with Blake James and Julio Frank. And I think, let's go ahead and talk about it. Because at the end of the day, that's what everybody wants to talk about in this stream. Nobody really wants to talk about Central Connecticut. Everybody wants to talk about the quarterbacks, and everybody wants to talk about the coaching staff and the state of the program. I've been honest and upfront, but I'll go ahead and give my opinion. If we're going to bring in a new head coach at some point, whether it be at the end of this season or later on in the future, at the very least, Blake James needs to be gone. Because if not, we're just going to hire the wrong guy again. We won't pony up. We won't spend the money. But also, Julio Frank really needs to be gone because the man doesn't care about football. We need some guys in those high rep positions that care about sports at Miami, that are truly passionate about the football program. And Blake James and Julio Frank are not those kind of guys. They could care less. I actually feel like that football is more of an inconvenience for them. Yeah, it brings in some extra money, right? So they can take those resources and put it in other things, which Miami does some great things, in the medical field. But they don't care about sports. It's more of an inconvenience than anything to them, and we've got to get them out of here if we want to get back to the top. And that's the only way it's going to happen. So just going ahead and getting rid of Manny is not going to solve anything because they're not going to spend the money to bring in the Mario Cristobals. They're not going to spend the money to bring in the Lane Kiffins. They're not going to do it. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that they will. And until they're gone, we're just going to continue this little circle of by the time year 3 or 4 gets here, we realize how disappointed we are, and then we start it over again. It is what it is. And it pisses me off as much as it does you. I know. Cynthia, how are you? Albert, what's going on? De'Aaron King is 4 foot tall. Not quite, my friend. Not quite. So I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it real. But this is the question I want to pose and ask you before we open the phone line. And then I'm opening it up, guys. Call in, give a score prediction, enter to win $200 if you get it right. And then otherwise, we can talk about the state of the program. We can talk about the quarterbacks, or we can talk about the game. I don't care. We can talk about any of the three, whatever you guys want to talk about. But my question to you is this. Please think about it before you answer. Give yourself a good 5 to 10 seconds to think it out. We know that both Tyler Van Dyke and Jake Garcia are going to see playtime this Saturday against Central Connecticut. Let's play hypothetical and assume that one of the two of them just absolutely balls out, takes command of this offense, and it just looks like a totally different unit. Rhett Lashley can change up the play calling a little bit because maybe he feels more comfortable with the arm strength or the height or something like that with one of these guys. If one of them comes out and absolutely balls out, if King is healthy for Virginia, who plays? And now it's a loaded question, right? Because you guys are going to say, Coop, of course they're going to ball out. It's an FCS opponent. I'm talking more than wins and losses. I'm talking more than just if Miami wins. I'm talking looking at how this offense runs on the field. That's what I'm talking about looking at. Does Rhett Lashley's play calling all of a sudden look a little different with another guy back there taking the snaps? Does this offense just seem to click? You can look and tell if the chemistry is there. Can you not? So what happens when King gets sat on the bench due to an injury and Jake Garcia comes out and throws for 400 yards against Central Connecticut and 5 touchdowns? What do you do? What do you do? Because everyone says that De'Aaron King is the leader of this team, and Manny believes in him, and they want De'Aaron King to play, and he's an ambassador for the program, and he's a leader on the offense. But Jake Garcia just balls out. What if TVD comes out and has the best 2 quarters we've seen from a quarterback in a long time, even though it's an FCS opponent? What do you do? What do you do? Do you go ahead and go ahead and begin to implement these new guys and get ready for the future? Or do you go back to De'Aaron King? That is my question to you guys, and I would like to talk about it a little bit when everybody calls in. So we're saying Garcia. Coop is a slap jaw? What does that mean? King for running back? King could be a running back. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I would like to see that. I would like to see it be, in a perfect world, Chaney, Rooster, and King. I'm not knocking Cameron Harris, but we're going to have Rooster back for Virginia as well. Let's see. It needs to be done. King should still get another chance, in my opinion. Play them both in a game or two. Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing is just feeling it out. And like I said, guys, Don't just base it off of a win or a loss, because it is an FCS opponent. I'm not stupid. I know. We're expected to play well against them. But just take these previous games into consideration, and even some of the games from last season, from 2020. And then I want you to look and see if this offense seems to gel or mesh, or just it seems like there's more of a chemistry there than what there typically is with King back there. And let's see what Rhett Lashley's play calling looks like. Pay close attention to those things on Saturdays, and then let's see what we think. If one ball's out, have a two QB system the rest of the year. Man, I don't know. I've never been a fan of the 2 QB system, to be honest. Now, there have been some schools that have successfully done it in the past. Can we do that? Heck, I don't know. Honestly. I'm not sure, if I'm being real with you. So I'm going to get the phone lines opened up, guys. Here we go. 865-229-4131, left-hand corner of your screen. I agree, though, 24/7 Canes. I like the no QB carousel. We have to pick a guy, and we got to stick with him. The hot hand, as many of you said. And Jason Stevenson says the eye test. Exactly. What else do we have? It won't mean anything. Let's see. What about Dorsey as head coach? No, thank you. No. The head coach will have to be someone that has head coaching experience. I do not care. I don't care if you are the greatest up-and-coming thing there is. I don't care if you have a history as a proven offensive coordinator. I don't care if you're the best defensive coordinator in college football right now, or heck, the NFL. I don't care how much promise you have. If you have not been a head coach in the past, you are not going to be the next head coach of the Miami Hurricanes. Please. We have to bring experience. I don't care if you are alumni. I don't care. I don't. That's just my personal opinion, though. So let's get the phone lines open up. Let's get you guys in here. Let's see. Like I said, if you want to talk about the game, just let me know what you're calling to talk about. So say, hey, I want to talk about the game tonight for a minute, Coop. Or, hey, I want to talk about the coaching situation. I want to talk about the state of the program. Coop, I want to agree with the guy that told you need to shave Geraldo, whatever the heck his name was. All right, let's go. First caller. What's going on? You are the first caller of the night. Who we got on the line? Oh, hold on, guys. He can't hear me. I always forget to change this. What's good, man? Can you hear me now? Are you there?
What's up, Coach Coop? How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I always have to flip this little switch whenever we open up the phone line so you can actually hear me. The stream could hear me, but you couldn't hear me. And I always, one of these days, man, maybe like 5 years from now, I'll remember to flip that little switch when we turn on the phone line.
No, it's all good. I just want to call. So let's start with the coaching staff situation.
Okay.
A guy that I was thinking about that would be good for Miami if they were to change coaches would be Gus Malzahn.
Now, I'm seeing that name thrown around a lot. Obviously, everybody knows who Gus Malzahn is. He doesn't need any type of introduction. Most people know. But
right.
What is it? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I'm just asking why. Why is it that you want that guy?
Well, okay, we all saw what he did with Bo Nix. I be honest with you, I was surprised to see Auburn let him go because I didn't see a reason for Gus to go, right? Because he had those guys rolling, and now that he's gone, Bo Nix isn't what he used to be. And then plus he did beat Alabama once, but anybody can say that.
Now, I will say, I guess, now for some reason, I don't have a specific reason why, but I personally, that's just not a guy that I'm interested in. But I will say he checks off a lot of things that I want to see, assuming that we hired a new head coach. He's got the head coaching experience. He's played and beat some big time teams, but for some reason,
right.
I don't know. That's just not a guy that he's not even in my top 10, to be completely honest with you.
Wow, that's interesting. I'm glad I know that now.
But I want you to express your opinion, though. I'm just kind of going back and forth with you, to let you know where I'm at, too. And let me know. I want everybody in the chat, because this is going to be a hot topic. I know, like I said, that, it's the Central Connecticut call-in stream, but most people are going to want to talk about the coaching staff and the state of the program and stuff, and that's okay. So I want to see reactions in the chat to what you guys think if people mention various different hires.
Right. Now, I will give you a prediction on the game this
This
weekend.
is what it takes
I'm thinking
to wear the U on the side
38
of
to
your
10.
The Canes are dead.
For the Canes, man. That's what I'm pulling.
38 to 10 Canes. Okay, and
Yes,
you're kind of in the same boat to where, I said 41 to 10. A lot of people
And I was thinking that too, but I'm like, man, can they actually, do that?
Yeah, man. See, that's my thing.
It's kind of a tough thing.
I realize I made the argument that it's an FCS program, but at the same time, Miami's offense has to show me that they can do something. I don't know yet. Jake Garcia is the future, and TVD has I've seen all these things. I've watched these guys practice too, but I've not seen them run this offense yet.
Right.
So now, I can't come out and say we're putting up 62 points on Central Connecticut. I hope we do, and maybe that is what happens. But it's hard for me to predict that.
And I can't say you're going to come out and put up something like 56. You know what I mean? Like Louisiana did. I can't say that. I'm just going like a low ball figure here, but
All right, man. So 38 to 10, Miami Hurricanes victory. You're entered into the contest officially to win the $200 if you get the score prediction right. And I didn't catch because the microphone was messed up at the beginning. Who do I actually have on the line here? What's your YouTube username?
Christopher Jackson 2.
Christopher Jackson. Okay. I like to make note of it because as people call in, I add them into my contacts. That way I can address you properly next time you call in. So
no problem. And I will say you're talking to an A&M fan, and I don't know if you saw the schedule, but we do play you next year.
I did.
Kyle Field.
And boy, let me tell you something, bro. I am not going to talk any trash to you at this moment, and I'm sure you completely understand why.
No, I completely understand why, and I'm saying that this is our best chance for a national championship if we can figure ourselves out offensively. This is it. This is, our defense is very senior oriented, so it's going to take us some time to rebuild after this year. So I'm hoping we can pull it out.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a fun game either way. I pick one game to go to a year, and I like to try to pick a real big one. Unfortunately, I did the Alabama-Miami, but the vibe was cool. Turnout of the game wasn't what I wanted, but pre-game, everything was fun up until that point. So maybe I might think about going to that one. We'll see, but I'm sure you'll be around when the time comes next year. When we do the call in and we do the live hangout and stuff. So I'm gonna get on to another caller here, my friend. Thank you for calling in and giving the prediction. And
you bet, Coach Coop. Have a good one, my man.
All right, you too, bro.
Thank you, brother.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so let's keep them coming in. Let's keep those calls. You can call in right there, 865-229-4131. Chris, are you in the building? I know, Chris, you said that you wanted to call in earlier. I gave you guys who I wanted as head coach. Hold on. I gave you guys who I wanted. Let me see if I can get a little sound effect to play. Let's see. Do you guys know who I want in as head coach? I don't care if it's realistic or not. I don't care if it's realistic. I don't care what anybody says. I told you who I wanted. Where is it? Hold on. I got 20 things going on. Hold on. 24/7 Canes. Hold on. I'll call you right back. You guys know what that's from? Hold on. Choo choo! All aboard! The Lane Train, baby! Woo! That was super loud, by the way. All aboard the Lane Kiffin Train. I don't care what anybody says, man. I don't care. I know he's at Ole Miss. I know he's doing big things. But I'm telling you, bro, that's who I want. Period. That's who I want. I would take Lane Kiffin in a heartbeat. Tell me why. Tell me why Lane Kiffin would not work. Tell me why. Don't ignore the fact that he's at Ole Miss. Ignore the fact that you think that he might not, actually come to Miami. Tell me why Lane Kiffin would be a bad choice. Tell me. I'm waiting. I'm going to call 24/7 Canes back. Tell me why. Tell me why Lane Kiffin would not be a good head coach at the University of Miami.
What's up, Coop?
Yo, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great. You called me.
I sure did.
That?
I got your number saved, man. I know it's you. I saw that you called in. I want to say thank you for still tuning in tonight, for real, because as you know, this isn't my normal time being live. I know that hype is low for the game, so I completely understand. I expected potentially almost no one to show up because they didn't know I was going to be live, and a lot of people were like boycotting this game and refusing to watch it and yada yada. So I appreciate you being here, man.
I got you, Coop. And
Lane Kiffin is only loyal to Lane Kiffin. I bet, bro, if he brings us a national championship, then Lane Kiffin can be loyal to Lane Kiffin. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. The Canes should go 0-12. I'm still a diehard Canes fan. I'll still be here.
Yeah, man.
Just just I don't know how much longer I could take, putting up with the BS. But anyways,
I think you and I are on the same boat with the higher ups.
I guess yes. I don't know, Coop. I don't know about this week. I'm fairly confident that we could win. I'm just not as confident as I would be in the previous years. I'm just thinking somewhere along the lines of maybe Miami scores 44 points. I think Miami will hold, what is it, Central Connecticut State, right?
Yep.
I think that we'll hold them to like maybe 6 points. But I don't see us. I really don't see us in the 30s. I mean, if we only score 30 points up against Central Connecticut State, I'm not going to say those words, but I'll just say we should go kick rocks.
There's a serious problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I pulled up, and that's why I made it a point of emphasis that the Louisiana Lions put up 56.
Now, here's the thing. What's hard about playing these FCS schools is there's limited film on them.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what the coach's plans are, because are we still tackling tires at practice?
I believe so, yeah.
No, man.
I know you saw the interviews. You saw the T-Rob interviews. You saw the Manny interviews. I know you saw them.
I did. They're oiling up. They're oiling up the tires this week. That was a change, right?
Yeah.
I hope something changes, man, because that showing last week was really ugly, especially after they focused in on tackling. That was just really uncalled for, and a poor display of performance by both the coaches and the players.
Mm-hmm. But T-Rob said we're not soft, man. We're not soft.
I don't think we're soft. I just think
true.
We're not playing with confidence.
Yeah.
We're just not playing with confidence. We don't got that swag like we used to. If the players just played with intensity, and play with confidence, which by the way, that comes from the coaches. I think we could turn the season around. Not to the point where we will be 10-2 or anything like that, but we will have a respectable season where maybe we win 8 games.
Right.
But if things stay the way the way they've been, I don't see this team winning 6 games.
Man, yeah, that would be rough. Even just thinking about it, I'm kind of cringing, and I'm like, man, what goes down if we actually only won like 6 or 7 games?
Right, and I told you last week I expected a loss Told you exactly what was going to happen when Kenneth Walker running around the edge.
Yeah.
And we still couldn't stop it, even though we knew it. I want to focus on talking about Central Connecticut State and the state of the program. But I'll tell you this. I know for a fact that we could win this game, win the Virginia game, and then since we're such a terrible team on the road, we'll go ahead and lose to UNC. Once that happens, somebody's getting kicked out. Somebody's getting terminated.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it'll be Blake first, by the way.
You're talking. Oh yeah, so you're talking about Blake James. Okay. I mean, there is some heat there, which I'm actually okay with, because I already expressed my opinion on Blake James and Julio Frank when it comes to sports in general, and most importantly to me specifically the football program.
Right. Well, the whole ordeal with the Board of Trustees, there's a lot of truth behind it. I mean, I did an article about it not too long ago. I sent it in your DMs. You could read it if you like to.
Okay,
yeah,
I'll check it out. I'll have to look. I haven't checked my DMs in like a day or two, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I gave you guys numbers so you can see the real numbers of what the profits look like for our university. And I think some people are blowing it out of proportion because they don't understand that the football program is the football program, and the funds from the football program are the only funds that could be used for the football program. And all of sports combined in the University of Miami account for $153 million in the fiscal year of 2020. So yeah, it seems like a lot of money.
Now that's with football or minus football?
No, that's all sports combined.
All sports combined. Okay.
Correct. That's all sports combined. It's $153 million off of profit, for the University of Miami. That was in 2020. Now, if you switch over to the health and academic side, there's a big jump.
It's got to be a lot more.
$2 billion.
How much?
It's $2 billion. $2 billion.
Can you say that number one more time?
$2 billion. And that's just hospitals and patient clinics alone. That's how much profit Miami makes. But they're not going to use that money to the football program. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, so I don't want to keep it negative, Coop. I'm just going to let
I feel you. I got you.
But King, this is also a rumor. I don't mean to spread rumors. If I know something, I tell you I know it, and I'll say it. But this is just a rumor. King's shoulder supposedly has a slap tear. Don't ask me what a slap tear is. I don't know what that is. I heard that, okay? And I'm telling you, it's a rumor. So if that rumor were to be true, that would mean that he'd be having season-ending surgery.
Right.
And then Jake Garcia or TVD would be the starter. My pick is Jake Garcia because I've seen the two play, and I think he's the most talented out of the two.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because I had to rush home today and didn't get a lot of time. But the last I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, you or anyone else in the chat, the last I saw is they're just saying TVD and Jake Garcia will both see play time, right? They haven't really said like,
Correct.
Hey, this guy's gonna come out for. Well, I guess you kind of wouldn't want to because you don't want to give away too much information. So okay, yeah. So we're not gonna know.
It doesn't matter who's gonna start. They're both gonna get they're gonna play the quarterback carousel. They'll give each one a drive.
Yeah.
And whoever is more successful or whoever looks better, they'll go with the hot hand.
Yep.
So kind of like spring game.
Yeah.
But except there's only the ones out there. So you'll see that.
So earlier you mentioned Miami putting up like 40-something-ish points and Central Connecticut around like 6. Is that your official score prediction?
That is my score prediction.
Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. I just want to make note of it and write it down so you're entered.
You got it, Coop. I'll keep it short since it's going to be a shorter stream, so I want everybody else to have a chance to call. But that is my prediction: 44-6. The Miami Hurricanes take a victory and some momentum on to Virginia. Jake Garcia, I'll throw this in there, throws for 3 touchdowns and maybe runs in for 1 too.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Just so everybody is clear, and I'm sure you're in the same boat. Like you said, you feel strongly about Garcia, but at the end of the day, we want both of those guys to succeed and have a good afternoon on Saturday. TVD or Jake Garcia. Whoever wants to
Absolutely
lead this offense and take over, be that guy. I don't care which one it is.
Absolutely. I'm a fan of both. I have no narrative against TVD. I just seen both play. Whoever plays needs to shine, and they're Canes at the end of the day. So we got to cheer them on for both.
Yep, exactly. 24/7 Canes, man. I appreciate you, bro. And I would say I'd see you on Saturday, but I'll be at the wedding, so I won't. So my plan is to stay off of Twitter on Saturday. Like, I'm not, how tempted I'll be at 1 o'clock. I'll be like, okay, let's just peek at the score. I'm going to try to not look at anything, so that way I can come home Saturday night and just watch it, the whole thing, and then I'll get on social media and see what's up.
Yeah, congratulations, Coop. I didn't say that, so my bad.
Oh, you're good.
And have a lot of fun in the wedding. And I'll talk to you when I talk to you, Coop.
All right, sounds good,
Hopefully
man.
next week.
Appreciate you.
Have a great night.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so 2 predictions coming in for the Miami Hurricanes. Let's see if you guys want to go ahead and call on in. Phone line is open back up. Again, keep in mind that this is a shorter stream tonight. So will this be on TV? It is going to be on TV. It's going to be on Bally Sports Network and ESPN3, apparently. Some people get it on their local channels. So give us a call. Phone lines open back up. The unbelievable Coop is a Central Connecticut alum. I know you're looking for attention because I can see your previous comments. Okay, Barry Jackson, Slapjaw. Why? Because you're an insider. Dude, shut your mouth and go play your clarinet. If you notice, my friend, no one is laughing. No one is paying you any bit of attention. So why even continue to try? I guess he thinks he's a funny guy. Cyclone Team Ibis, you broke your foot? What? How'd that happen, man? What's going on? Who we got on the line?
Coach, this is Jordan Page down here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Jordan,
what's up, dude?
What's up, man? Now, I could be mistaken because I've slept since then, and I'm an old man these days. Have you called into the show before? Because I don't feel like you have.
No, I haven't. I've been watching your videos for years now, and I just wanted to talk to you tonight because we got a serious situation in Canes Nation.
Oh, we got a couple of serious situations for sure.
Well, first off, to answer your question about TVD or Garcia, I think it's a bigger issue than that. Our offensive line has got to improve, dude. If them guys can just get it together and give them protection, and if Lashley doesn't compromise the play calling, my opinion is let both of them play one first half, one second half. And as far as evaluating if either one of those two fine guys need to start over De'Eric, they need to look at the whole body of work because let's be real, it is Central Connecticut. I mean, there's FCS school, okay? Just because you throw for 500 or 600 yards against them doesn't mean anything. But also, they just have to keep it real, And if Mr. King is out for Virginia, well, that's a little better competition, and you can get a better feel for, who you like. And unfortunately, we can rant and rave about fire this guy, fire that guy, but ultimately they're the ones who put the product on the field. And unfortunately right now we're going into week 4 and the Canes look dazed and confused. It just, you talk about Mr. Pope being on defense. I mean, if it works, hey, it works because our defensive backfield looks even more dazed and confused.
And I don't hate the move because he has experience at that position. The only thing is that I just don't think him swapping over to that during the season that he's going to be able to crack that starting rotation on defense. Unless we build up a bunch of injuries, which pray that doesn't happen.
Right.
But it maybe if that switch or that move would have happened during the offseason, possibly, maybe,
yeah.
But I don't think that preparing week 4 he swaps over. It just it's not successful that often. It's not. It's just not.
And honestly, I may be speaking out of turn, but if the coaching staff was to pull a move like that, it almost has a sense of desperation.
Yeah, true. If a wide receiver swaps over to defense week 4 and comes in and is deep, it cracks that starting rotation like we were talking about, you'd be kind of like, wait a minute.
Go ahead. I hate to say this, but I mean, again, how many more runs up the middle for no yardage or negative yardage are we going to do?
But
and that's just,
for me, that's what I want to see because like you mentioned at the beginning of the call, regardless of what quarterback comes in, the O-line is struggling. But I really want to see with a different style because, Jake Garcia and TBD are kind of a completely different style of quarterback than De'Aaron King.
Exactly.
So you would think, the way you think, and I'm doing the same thing, is, De'Aaron King is more of a scrambler. He's elusive.
Right.
He can extend plays if the O-line collapses, and he's still struggled. So in a way that worries me, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, TVD and Garcia might have a stronger arm. They might have a quicker release. Does the play calling potentially change a little bit? So it doesn't make the O-line any better. That's still going to be a struggle for us. It's going to be a weak point. But that's what, honestly, for me, what I really, really want to pay attention to in this game is I want to see Rhett Lashley's mindset when it comes to the play calling with a different style quarterback back there. That's what I want to see.
Exactly. And it's just all about the fundamentals. Are we going to block, tackle, catch the ball, etc.? And whether you're playing, because, you talk about the Lions from Southeastern, of course, them poor cats, they're trying to recuperate from Hurricane Ida, but still, just because they do it, I mean, I'm thinking that, the Canes pull out a 47-13 win. Okay. But it's just, I'm not real. I mean, I want the Canes to win. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you.
I hope so.
But I'm more impressed with how they play. And those young men, they're so talented. We've always had some good talent down there, but it just seems like it's just that it factor is missing.
And you can tell, you can kind of get a feel for it just watching how the team plays. You can look at body language. You can look at the coaching staff on the sideline. Something just doesn't feel right. And it's hard to put a finger on it because there's so many different things going on.
And I mean, you can start with Blake James or whoever and just work it, but something just isn't right. There just isn't that it factor that we've had before.
I've made that point several times when watching other top 5, top 10 football teams play on Saturdays. Is it not? Tell me in the chat. Is it not a completely different feel when you watch some of these other teams take the field? Totally different.
I mean. And also, real quickly, you watch these other nobody U's and nobody states play on, these other channels, and it's like they're out there playing like there's no tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like these guys get out there, oh, well, we're Miami. We'll just do whatever. But anyway, great to talk to you, Coop. I do appreciate all your videos that you do. I hope you get the Mustang running.
We're working on it. I'm hoping to fire those videos back up. I didn't realize how much of a crossover there was. Like, I have people regularly in this channel say, hey, man, when's the next Mach 1 Mustang video coming up? When I was at the Alabama game, I had a lot of people come up and say, hey, what's up? And this may not sound like a lot, but I would say about a fourth of them said, hey, when's the next Mustang video coming out? And I was like, you guys watch that? What? So that was pretty cool. So I'm hoping I'll give you a little sneak peek. The next step is we're pulling that 351 Cleveland out of the car because I'm going to send it off to have it rebuilt. And the guy who's going to rebuild it, he potentially, I've kind of been going back and forth with him. I think he's going to let me film a lot of the process, even though I'm not the one doing the work. So everybody gets kind of an inside look at rebuilding that 351. So I think it's going to be pretty cool.
But anyway, Coach, I do appreciate your time. And like I said, I think I said I'm calling a 47-13 victory for the Canes. And I appreciate I appreciate everything you do, and keep up the good work, brother.
Hey, appreciate the love at the beginning of the stream, man. And I got you entered into the contest. So if your score prediction is correct, you win $200. And Jordan, thank you for calling in, man. And hopefully this is the start of many more phone calls throughout the season.
Hey, man, you got the love and support of the South Coast Canes down here in Baton Rouge, baby. See you later.
Appreciate you, bro. Have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Why not play our 5-star D lineman, Leonard Taylor? I don't know, bro. I don't know. And Florida's trying to snatch him. They're trying to get him. They're trying to get him, man. So Cyclone Team Ibis wants to call. What was your phone number, man? What was your phone number? You gave me your area code. We're going to get a few more calls in tonight, guys. It's not a super lengthy stream. Just wanted to sit down with you guys, talk about the state of the program, the quarterback situation, get score predictions for this game, and just be kind of like a quick one. So you want to call in from 225. If you call in and give a score prediction, guys, you're entered to win $200 if you get it right. So let's go back and see kind of what you guys were saying. Most of you are Jake Garcia fans. Most really want to see Jake Garcia succeed. And I do think that Jake Garcia has the higher ceiling over Tyler Van Dyke. I do. But don't count out Tyler Van Dyke. Don't count out TVD, bro. He's had an extra year in this offense. He's the taller quarterback of the two, if I'm not mistaken. So don't count out TVD. Whoa, Cyclone, don't put your number, bro. You don't know who's watching, man. Hold up. Let me delete that. I'll give you a call. Don't put your number in the chat, bro. Hold up. Alex Perez, what's up? Dan Allen, what's good, man? Cyclone, I'm gonna delete that just so nobody sees that, bro. You don't know who might be watching. Let me give you a ring real quick. Can you believe we're having a conversation about the Canes like this? Yes and no, Robert. Yes and no. If you really think about the past 10, 15 years or more, I can kind of believe we're having a conversation like this. But also at the same time, it's a difficult pill to swallow to think that we're talking about our Canes like this. 1-2, some of us saying they might only win 6 or 7 games this year. Talking about how terrible the team looks. Who are we going to replace our head coach with? And we're only 4 weeks into the season. It sucks, man. It sucks sometimes. Anyone see the Uncle Lou video on the Canes? We should watch it and react to it. You guys, should we watch the Uncle Lou video of him dogging the Miami Hurricanes and see what he says? Just for fun, for a few minutes. I don't think he would get mad. I'm going to call you Cyclone Ibis. 7298. I don't think he'd get mad if we watched it and reacted. I won't play the whole thing. So you'd have to go to his channel to watch the rest. But I could maybe play like the first 5 to 7 minutes and just see what Uncle Lou has to say about the Miami Hurricanes. Yo, what's up? This is Cyclone Wait. Cyclone Team Ibis, right?
Hey, what's up, Coop?
Let's go. We got you in here, man. I didn't want you to take it the wrong way when I deleted your comment, but I didn't want everybody to start spamming your phone with a bunch of crazy stuff when they saw your number, so.
When you said phone number, I was like, oh. My bad.
So you're good, man. So I'm gonna write down your phone number on my little handy dandy notepad here, and that way I can
All right.
add you into my contact list. So when you call in the future, I'll be able to address you. So what do you want to talk about, man?
All right.
Do you want to talk about Central Connecticut? You want to talk about quarterbacks, coaching staff, state of the program? What are you feeling tonight?
Man, I just want to talk about how bad we've been the last few weeks.
We could do
It's
that.
it's just we missed 27 and a half tackles in the last couple of games, and it's mind blowing.
We are, if I'm not
know?
mistaken, last in tackling in the country. And
I've seen that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's I think it is actually dead last.
It's that bad.
Yeah, it's that bad.
Well, I'm from Baton Rouge, so Louisiana people here.
Well, and it's frustrating, man, because that was something that one of the things that we were hyped about was because Manny Diaz was coming back in and being, more hands-on with the defense and calling plays on game day. And I realize we got other coaches in there coaching up the defense like T-Rob and stuff like that. But those are also more people that we were very excited about. Those were some of the reasons why we were predicting to be so good this season. And now we're dead last in a couple of the categories defensively. So, what the heck, man? I think that
I know, right?
Did we just really set our expectations way too high?
I think we did, but at the end of the day, it's still Miami football, right? You can't get me wrong.
Now, do you mean that in a good way or a bad way?
In a good way.
Okay,
kind of.
Got you.
Because we'll have, some seasons we'll have a good opener, good first 4 weeks in, and then we just have a stinker just like this year. I think coming into this game, Miami's going to pull the dub 47-3.
47-3. Okay, so only giving Central Connecticut a field goal. All right.
Yep.
Now, I could get behind that. I would like to see, kind of like how I mentioned with my score prediction, because you gave the Canes 6 more points than I did. I'm actually going to be a little disappointed if we don't put up 50-plus. I realize that's me nitpicking and being super critical. But at the end of the day, we should put up 50-plus on this team. Keyword being should, in quotes here.
Yes. But I am on the train of firing everybody in the front office like you are.
Yep.
There's just nothing else we can do at this point.
And I think what people are mistaking what I'm saying whenever when I say that I want to fire everyone. When I say fire everyone, just for clarification, I'm including we got to get rid of the people at the top. We got to get rid of Blake James. We got to get rid of Julio Frank. And I know that some people are saying that I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because, I made a video in the offseason defending Manny Diaz saying, let's give him time. But what really hit me and what's changing my mind on that is not wins and losses. I keep saying this, but I think that people aren't understanding. It's not the wins and the losses. It's the regression that I'm seeing overall on the field, period. If we played the way we've played the last 3 weeks, I'm going to be honest with you. Let's say 2 weeks. Let's scrap the Alabama game. If we played the way that we've played and we scraped by and beat App State like we did, and then we scraped by and beat Michigan State. So instead of 2 losses, we're sitting at 1 loss. So we're 2-1. I would be just as upset as I am right now.
We were so close of going 0-3, man. That just blows my mind how terrible we are at defense, not forcing a lot of turnovers, and then King's not getting enough time throwing the ball out of the pocket.
Real quick, if you don't mind, I want to ask Uncle Lou a question because he's in the chat. Uncle Lou, please feel free to say no. I'm serious. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. But all of my viewers that are in here keep mentioning your video that says Miami Hurricanes are the new Tennessee Vols. I do not want to take away from your views, but I wanted to ask you if that's a 15-minute video. Could I watch the first 5 minutes right here on my stream and react to a couple things that you say and then point everyone to your channel to finish watching it? Would that be okay with you? You can literally say, Coop, do not do that. I don't want you to, to pull up my channel and to show anything right here and react to it. That's cool. Literally, I will not be mad. But I won't show the whole thing because that takes away views from you potentially. So I just wanted to show the first few minutes because everyone is saying, Coop, did you watch it? Coop, did you watch it? So I just wanted to ask you if we could watch a few minutes. Yeah? Okay, cool. Cool. All right, we'll do that after this call. So I'm sorry, I didn't want to take away from you, man. I just wanted to. He literally popped in, so I was like, okay, let's ask him real quick.
No, you're good. You're good. So this is what I want to do with the $200 if I win.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
So I have family down in Lafourche, and they got hit hard by Ida. So if I do win it, I want to give it to them.
Hey. Hats off, man.
Family.
Well, I'm not going to literally pull my hat off because there's not enough hair up there. I'm going to leave the hat on. But, man, listen, nothing but respect for that, man. And like I said, we're going to do something towards the end of the year for that because, there's so many people, viewers on this channel and just people who have family members like you that were affected by that. So hats off to you, man, for being willing to do that. And I've got you in the contest. Yeah. Canes victory, 47-3. And this gives people an opportunity, like I said, to at least just vent, talk about the program for a few minutes. So I got you in, man.
Can I say one thing to the chat?
Yeah.
Hey, man, this dude's a really good guy, man. I've watched since, last April, man. Dude, y'all just give this man some loyalty, man. Sub to him. Like the videos. Share it to your people. Help this man get to 20K or more. Have a good night.
Hey, appreciate you, man. It means the world to me. I'm serious. Thank you for that, for real.
I've really been watching you for almost over a year, man.
Hey, I love it. We're only gonna do crazier things. My goal is always to top myself. And that's why I tell people I love feedback, but nobody's gonna be more critical than me. I am my biggest critic because at the end of the day, you can ask all my family members, my wife, literally my life is just me trying to top the last video I did with a bigger skit, something crazier, something to entertain you guys, to make your day better, to make you laugh, whatever it may be. A platform for you to voice your opinion about college football, the Miami Hurricanes, whatever it is. So, man, that comments like that keep me going, for real.
Yeah, I just try to make people's days because I have more bad days than everybody else in my house,
I got you. Well, hopefully things will look up for you, man.
Yeah.
And hopefully that foot feels better.
Yeah, basketball practice really got me bad.
Oh, that's tough, man. How long do you think you'll be out?
Probably 2 weeks, maybe.
Oh, okay, well, that's not too bad.
I'm in a boot.
Okay, I thought you were going to say 6 months or something crazy like that. So
it ain't that bad.
Okay, good deal, man. All right, so sit tight if you want, man. We'll move on to the next caller, but before we do, we're going to watch whatever this Uncle Lou video is everybody's talking about. So let's check it out, man.
All right, I'll hop back on YouTube to watch because I'm watching on my phone.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate you, bro, so much.
All right, much love and peace to you, man.
All right, have a good night, man.
All right, you too.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so let's listen up. Uncle Lou said, you know what, Coop, just check out the video. Is there anybody here who doesn't know who Uncle Lou is? Yeah, right. Everybody knows who Uncle Lou is. He is, you know what, it speaks for itself. Okay, all right, I'm not going to talk bad about the man because he just told me we could react to his video. So let me pull it up. Hold on, give me just a second. Hold up. All right, so this video is titled, Miami Hurricanes are the new Tennessee Vols. 12,000 views. He's a Georgia fan. You're going to see the Georgia stuff in the background. What does a Georgia fan have to say about the Miami Hurricanes? Is it the cold, hard truth that none of us want to admit to? Is he just running his mouth trying to talk smack and get the Canes fan base riled up? Is he trying to turn us against each other? Let's see. Let's see. Let's just react to it. It's been a hot minute since we've done some kind of video just reacting. So let's see what he has to say, and we'll react to it as we watch it. What we're gonna see Insane Kane. If you want to click off of it for a minute, that's cool, man. I want to see what he has to say.
That goes by, the Miami Hurricanes are starting to look more and more like the Tennessee Vols. Miami is the Tennessee of the ACC at this point. Of course, they want Manny Diaz fired now. I mean, oh my God, you lost to Alabama and
we do, right? We do, right? I'm not gonna keep pausing. Let's just see.
Michigan State. We better get rid of Manny Diaz. And look, I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't get rid of Manny Diaz. I'm not saying Manny Diaz is a good coach, and I'm not saying Manny Diaz is a bad coach. You fire your coach every 3 years, you're just never going to have a successful program, ever. It's just impossible. It's just not going to happen. Tennessee went down this road for the majority of the 2010s, starting in about 2007, 2008, when they got rid of Philip Fulmer. And then they just brought in this long list of losers to coach for 2 or 3 years. Every single time they hired a coach, the fan base said, well, this is the one, this is the coach, this is the one that's going to get us back where we need to be. And then as soon as the coach loses one game in his first season, they want him fired. And then as soon as they have one season where they, only wins 5, 6, 7 games, they want him fired again. And then, if you don't play this quarterback instead of that quarterback, they want him fired. And Tennessee just went down this long list of coaches that they just, every 2 or 3 years they were changing coaches. I mean, Lane Kiffin, Derek Dooley, Butch Jones, Jeremy Pruitt, now Josh Heupel. And I haven't seen, to Tennessee fans' credit, I haven't seen many Tennessee fans yet this season that want Josh Heupel fired in his first season on Rocky Flop. But don't we all know with Tennessee, it's just a matter of time, 2, 3 years, whatever the case, they're going to want him gone. Why? Tennessee's not going to be a very good team. And this year, they're not going to be a very good team next year. They're not going to be a very good team the year after that. We all know that.
Now, to be fair, Melinda brings up a good point. Manny Diaz would technically have 2 more years on his contract. He should be here total for 5 years. This is year 3 of 5, technically, for Manny Diaz.
The Tennessee fans don't understand that. Tennessee and Miami are not football programs that just happen to be having a bad season. They're bad football programs over a long period of time. But we'll get back to Miami. So now they want Manny Diaz gone. They want him fired. Mm-hmm. Now don't forget, when they brought Manny Diaz in, he was the savior, right? He's a Miami guy. He was previously on the staff. He knows all the players.
I thought
He's
so.
familiar with the area for recruiting, which I'm going to talk more about recruiting in Miami and the mindset that the fans have around that here in just a second. But you have to pull this up and look at it, because it's absolutely ridiculous when you start to look at these coaches and how quick Miami goes through them. Just go back to when Miami joined the ACC, way back in 2004. Remember that? Yeah, didn't think so. Larry Coker lasted 3 years with Miami after they joined the ACC. He's no...
So what do we have here? Larry Coker gone, going into the 2007 season. We have Randy Shannon for 4 seasons. Al Golden for 5. Rick for 3, and we're going on the 3rd season with Manny Diaz. Okay, quick refresher course for me.
Good, went 7-6, gotta fire him. You bring in Randy Shannon, he was the answer. 5-7, 7-6, 9-4. We're back. Oh my God, we're back. Nope, next year 7-5, gotta get rid of him. Let's bring in Al Golden. Yeah, what could go?
Dude, and I'll tell you, I keep pausing. You know what does hurt, bro? You know what does really hurt? I'm gonna hide my camera. Look at this. Look at those bowl games. Win, loss, win, loss, 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 loss. Was this one a win? The Athletic Bowl? Was that I don't remember under Mark Rick if that was a win or a loss. Anyways, Orange Bowl, loss. Pinstripe, loss. Independence Bowl, loss. Cheez-It Bowl, loss. This is a loss too right here, right?
Go wrong. 6-6, 7-5, 9-4, 6-7, 4-3. Fired mid-season. Let's bring in the football Jesus, Marcus Richt. Yes, let's bring him in. This will be great. 9-4, 10-3. The best season Miami has ever had since joining the ACC.
That was a win.
10-3. Even managed to win the division, which they've only done one time, and that was under Mark Richt. 10-3. In 2017, 2018, he goes 7-6, and y'all ran him out of town. No one believes no kind of stories about retirement or anything. We all know y'all ran him out, period. Then you bring in Manny Diaz, 6-7, 8-3 last year. Remarkable. Now you're off to a 1-2 start this season, and what do you know? The Miami man wants Manny Diaz fired. And again,
here's where I think that it's an interesting conversation with someone who's not a Miami Hurricanes fan. So has Uncle Lou actually sat down and watched the Miami Hurricanes play this season? Or is he merely looking at the 1-2 record and listening to Canes fans venting and complaining and looking at the previous coaching staff hires and fires? Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, it's deeper than wins and losses. I'm not wanting Manny gone because we lost 2 of our 3 games. I want Manny and all of the higher-ups gone because of the product on the field, the way that we're performing. It's more than just wins and losses. It goes deeper than that, man. Let's see what else he's got to say.
I'm not saying it's right, wrong, whatever, that he should or shouldn't be fired or whatever. You're never going to get out of the hole that you're in doing this. It's just never going to happen. You have to give a coach 3, 4, 5 years. Now, look, if you get a season where you're going 2-10 or you got a situation like at Florida State,
Alabama game and all
that's
Michigan
different.
State.
That's the wheels completely falling off. You've lost to 2 Power 5 teams, 2 pretty good ones. One of them might be the best team in the country, Alabama. The other one, Michigan State, is undefeated and way better than anybody thought they were going to be. Now, I'm not trying to make excuses for Miami losses. That's y'all's job, and y'all do a pretty good job of you making an excuse every time. But you're never going to get out of your own way doing this. Tennessee did this, and look where they're at. Look where they've been, and look where they're at. They're stuck. They're muddling around bowl eligibility, and that's where Miami's headed. That's where you're headed. Now, Miami hasn't really had a problem making bowl games. Yes, there's been a season or 2 where they didn't, but it's not like Tennessee where basically, half the time they're not even making a bowl game. But that's where you're headed, Miami. And also, don't forget, Tennessee has a much tougher road every single year to bowl eligibility than Miami does.
To be fair, that is true. I have always said that the Tennessee Vols have a very, very tough schedule. I mean, they're regularly playing Alabama, Florida, big-time top 10 SEC opponents. And I know, bro, because I live here. I'm half an hour from Neyland Stadium. Tennessee has a rough schedule. Tough, man. But let's react. Let's talk about it. Uncle Lou's here. He can take it. He likes it. He can dish it and he can take it. I wanted to see what he had to say.
Look around the ACC. There's nothing there. Remember when Miami joined the ACC? Everybody said, oh, my God, Miami and Florida State are in opposite divisions. Well, they're going to play in the ACC championship game every single year. Go ahead and pencil it in. They ain't played in the ACC championship game not one time. Mainly because Miami's only made it to the ACC championship game one time. Florida State and Clemson are in one division in the ACC. Miami's in the other. And that division is absolutely horrible. Horrible. Look at the teams that are in Miami's division in the ACC.
I can't argue with that.
Look at this.
I can't argue with
none
that.
Of these divisions are hard, but in the Atlantic, you got
the Coastal
Clemson,
is a
Louisville,
mess.
Wake Forest, Boston College.
The Coastal is an absolute mess every single season. It's a complete crapshoot, a toss-up. You never flip a no. Right out of the gate, Virginia Tech took down North Carolina, who was picked to be the favorite in the Coastal. So I can't argue with that one, man. I can't.
Florida State, Syracuse, and NC State. Now, I know Florida State's in the toilet now, but for the majority of time that Miami's been in the ACC, Florida State's been pretty good. So you've had 2 pretty good teams.
And Lou, what happened? Is your monitor
But you look
crashed?
down in the Coastal, this is a who's who of hot doo-doo. Virginia Tech, Pitt, North Carolina, please. They've been a decent team the last 3 years under Mac Brown. Other than that, doo-doo. Then you got Miami and Duke, one of the worst Power 5 teams in America. And Miami's only been able to win. Look at this division. Look. Miami's only been able to win this. Georgia Tech is in there. Look. Miami's only been able to win this division once in 17 years. 17 years Miami has been in the ACC. They've won this hot can of doo-doo division one friggin' time. And do you want to know why? It's because on average, you have changed coaches every 3.2 years since joining the ACC. Every 3.2 years. You're never going to do anything, ever. Now, is it possible that all 6 of the coaches, God, say it out loud, 6 coaches, 6. Is it possible that all 6 of these coaches were bad hires? It's possible. Is it possible all 6 of these coaches were terrible coaches? No, because we know Mark Richt wasn't a terrible coach. Look at what he did at Georgia in the SEC. He averaged 15 years Mark Richt was in the SEC, the best conference in all of football, and it's not even close, and he averaged 10.5 wins a season. He averaged 10.5 wins a season. Miami has one 10-win season in 17 years. Pitiful. 2 bowl wins. Miami's won 2 bowl games in 17 years. The fans, just like at Tennessee. Now, and this video isn't about Tennessee because Tennessee fans, the majority of them now understand, I think, the reality that Tennessee football is living in. But that wasn't the case for the majority of the last 10 years. Miami fans don't understand the reality that Miami is in. Miami fans still think that every bad year they have is just a bad year, right? Just one bad year, just a bad, one bad team. We just had a bad quarterback, fix that next year. Miami's a bad program. It's a bad football program. It's not a top 25 program in America right now. And I'm not talking about this.
Okay, so tell me this. Do we have a comeback argument here? I put on the hater blockers because we're getting some shade thrown at us. But do we actually have a comeback argument? I'm not trying to take a Georgia fan's side. I'm just I'm putting out an honest question and saying, what's our comeback to this?
This year's Miami team. Clearly, this year's Miami team is not a top 25 team. I'm talking about the best 25 football programs across college football. Miami ain't showing up on that list. But the fans, it's just, you have to let the past go if you're Miami. Okay?
That I agree.
This is not the 80s. This is not the 90s.
I agree. Let's not live in the past. Yes. Last time, I will not pause for the rest of the video. You have my word. I'm taking my hand off of the mouse. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am agreeing with him on that. And I've made this point last year, and I made it the year before that our upcoming recruits were not even born the last time we won a national championship. We're getting into that now. So all we've been able to say to these recruits coming and making visits is, look at that wall. We used to be great. And that only works for so long. That works if you say 5 years ago we were great. 7 years ago we went on this miracle crazy run. But when you start saying 20 plus years ago we were great, what's Manny's message? We're struggling, so you be the change. You come help us out. I don't know if that's a really solid recruiting pitch. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being honest. Instead of the pitch being, we've been winning, come here and continue to help us win. Instead, it's, we suck. We've been bad for a really long time. It's a losing season this year, but you should come help us and be the change. That's a really tough recruiting pitch. And I don't know how many guys are going to win over with that. And Manny has said that in actual interviews. I'm not just blowing smoke up your booty. I'm not just saying that. I'm just being honest. All right, I'll stop pausing it. All right, guys, he's here. I know. I'll stop pausing it. Here we go.
He won 5 national championships during that time period. And that's amazing. And no matter how good or bad you get today or tomorrow or next year or 10 years from now, that will never change. You were at or near the top of the college football world almost every single year from the mid-'80s to early 2000s, basically. And no one's trying to take that away. And, the 5 rings and all that it's great. I mean, that was a great run. That has nothing, not a single thing to do with Miami football today. It's not helping you today. These recruits now, high school recruits now, grew up watching Alabama, Florida, no one cares is what I'm saying. These recruits aren't what, there's not any 17-year-old high school football recruit roaming the halls of his high school, reminiscing about the glory days of Miami in the mid-'90s. That's just not, that's just not a thing. That's only a thing for Miami fans. That's it. You're a bad program today. You're not one quarterback away. You're not 1 year away. It doesn't matter what coach or coaching staff you bring into Miami. You're not going to be very good.
On the side of your
I'm going to pause it just so they don't interfere.
Coop, the problem is the university's commitment, not the hiring and firing of coaches. When Miami hired Schnelly, that was their 8th hire in 10 years.
8 in 10 years? Thank you for the 5, man.
Next
we'll
year.
talk about it. We'll talk about it.
You're not. You don't have. You can tell me all you want about the talent rankings or whatever it is. Watch Miami play. There's not very many good players on that team. There's not. The offensive line is pretty bad. De'Aaron King seems worse today than he did 3 years ago when he was at Houston. How's that possible? I don't know, but it is. You're just not a very good program. Okay? You're not a good program, and good and bad programs cannot be fixed overnight. And this is the problem. The fans think that every time a change is made, whether it's a quarterback change or a coaching change or whatever else, that's the key. That's the secret. That's the one thing you needed. There is no one thing Miami needs. They need a whole list of things, starting with an on-campus stadium, but I'm not even going to get into all that. That's sad. Miami players have to Uber to home games. Let that sink in. Miami players have to Uber to home games. That's sad. Get an on-campus stadium. But anyway, the fans, just like Tennessee during the 2010s, the Miami fans have become part of the problem. And obviously, I'm not talking about all Miami fans because, there's going to be somebody that gets in the comments, oh, I don't feel that way. I know.
Yeah, not us, right? Not us, guys. I said I wasn't going to pause it. Not us. He's talking about not us, guys. Not us.
I'm talking about most or a large percentage, okay? This idea that, we need Ed Reed because he played for Miami. He was pretty good.
No.
In the NFL, and he was pretty good.
No.
He should be head coach.
No.
That's part of the problem.
No.
That is part of the problem. The whole 305 mentality. We're from the 305, Dade County, South Beach, the U. That's ridiculous. People are laughing at you. Any random area code in the state of Georgia has just as much or more high school talent than the 305. I hear Miami fans say, we just need to recruit nothing but South Beach kids. Yeah, try that out. See how that works. Recruiting is national in 2021.
It's almost over.
Or athletic departments have ridiculous recruiting budgets, planes, private planes, helicopters, recruiting staffs that are 20, 25 people deep with analysts and talent evaluators. This idea that, all we need to do is recruit next door. All we do, if we can just get nothing but kids from a 305, these are idiot fans. The fact that Ed Reed is roaming around the Miami campus
Miami
with a mob
out-recruits
job,
everyone in
that's
the
what it is.
ACC except Clemson. That can't be said about Tennessee in the SEC.
That freaked me out 24/7, Canes, because it didn't pop up until just now. Miami out-recruits everyone in the ACC except Clemson. That can't be said about Tennessee in the SEC. Thank you for another 5, man. That scared me. I didn't see it anywhere.
A mob job. It's a no-show job. Ed Reed, what is he? Ambassador of football relations or whatever. Ambassador of football, whatever the hell he is. It's a nothing job. It's a no-show job. It's a mob job. You know what Ed Reed is? A groupie. Ed Reed's just a paid groupie. That's it. That's all. He's not doing anything to help Miami. How is Miami better today than before Ed Reed got there with his mob job 2 years ago? How? How are they better today? Has recruiting increased? No. Has win totals gone up? No, they haven't. You're looking to have a terrible season this year. Look at y'all don't give up. Want your coach fired? You want Derek King, shipped back to Houston on the first thing smoking? I mean, you guys are out of your mind. Out of your mind. Or if we could just get another 305 kids, and Ed Reed as a head coach, and you get what do you want? Brad Kaya as quarterback coach? Yeah, bring Brad Kaya back as quarterback coach. Get Michael Irvin in there as offensive coordinator. You guys are out of your ever-loving minds. The fans at Miami have become part of the problem at this point. Your expectations do not match reality, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Go ahead and type 1980. Oh, Lou talking about expectations versus reality. He thinks Georgia win the national title every year. And first of all, I don't think Georgia's winning the national title every year. Second of all, they're averaging 11.5, 12 wins a year. But they're not winning a national title. Woo, whippity-doo! Georgia's so far ahead of Miami right now, they aren't even in the same universe. Let that sink in. And then you go, we got 5 rings. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, got 5 rings. Yeah, great. If I was making this video in 1995, that would be a valid point. But it's not 1995, it's 2021. And in 2021, Miami is a terrible football program. And if you keep this shit up, changing coaches every 3 years, look at Tennessee's last 10 years. That's going to be Miami's next 10 years. If you keep changing coaches every 3 years, that's going to be you. You're going to be struggling to make a bowl game every single year. You're going to be getting beat by a group of 5 teams. How did you escape with it? You're lucky you escaped with that win over App State. But see, what's going to happen is down the road, you're going to lose those games to the App States. Look at Tennessee. Look at Tennessee's football program over the last 10 years. That's where Miami is headed. That's where Miami is headed. And the 2 biggest reasons, changing coaches every 3 years and fan expectations not matching reality. Be sure and tell me about the culture of the U, though.
So how are we feeling? How are we feeling about that? I will listen. I realize that there are people who don't like Uncle Lou. I realize there are people that maybe don't know who he is. But here's what I'm going to say before we talk about any of that. I am going to link his channel because he was gracious and kind enough, regardless of whether you agree or disagree with what he said. He was kind enough to let us watch and react to his video. And on YouTube, that's a very questionable thing to do because people can strike you for borrowing or watching their content. So I want to give him a shout out and link his channel. If you don't know who he is, that's the link right there. He is a Georgia fan. That was very apparent. Do I even need to explain that? But he covers more than just Georgia, and I'm subscribed to his channel. I watch his content. So it is linked in the chat. Uncle Lou, thank you for allowing me to actually pull up and react to that video. That was actually very kind of you to let me do that. So how are we feeling? You didn't even make me fill out 45 pages of ESPN legal mumbo jumbo. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I would say the ESPN paperwork was maybe about 20 pages. 20 pages of legal paperwork for them to play a 30-second clip of my diss track on SEC Network. 20 to 25 pages of legal paperwork. And it was sketchy, man. Like, I was trying to read through it, and I was like, am I signing my life away to ESPN? Like, what in the world? So I just, you know what? I said, okay, fine. Where's the X? Where's the X? So I want to see what you guys were responding and saying to it. Let's see. Gavin says he's not lying. Cypher says the 3-year thing, I agree with it most. Can't do enough change in 3 years. Now, the one thing Matt Morgan says, mic drop. Here's the thing. I think where Miami fans are at now, which is maybe a little bit of a different situation, because I made this argument. It's going to make me sound like a hypocrite because I made the argument 6 months ago that we should give Manny time because 3 years isn't quite enough time. I say really 5 years to know for sure. The issue here is I think Miami fans are fed up with more than just Manny Diaz. Am I right or am I wrong? I feel like that it goes much deeper now at this point. Most Miami fans are calling for everyone, including the athletic director and the president. Not of the United States, of, you know what I mean. Or maybe you are. I don't know. We don't talk political stuff on this channel. I don't care one way or another, if I'm being honest with you. Most Miami fans are fed up with all of them. They're calling for Blake James' head. They're calling for Julio Frank's head. We want an athletic director that actually cares about sports. We want a president that doesn't say the sports are really just a little bit of extra income. They're more of just an inconvenience for me. That's what we're getting sick and tired of. But here's the thing, and you guys can unsubscribe from me if you want to. He brought up some valid points that I cannot argue with. I told you guys 2 years ago that I was going to stop living in the past. Yeah, I'm still wearing the 5 and counting hat. That's kind of become my thing. But the analogy I just gave a few minutes ago, it doesn't hold as much weight anymore when the last time you won a national championship was 20 years ago. It just doesn't. Coop, my life shut off after he exposed the heck out of us, and I'm not even mad. I just had a good old time, buddy. Fair enough, fair enough. E-Dub Kane says it's been 6 years as a DC and a head coach with Manny, and our team has digressed each year. That's a good point. Manny has been with the program more than just these 3 seasons, well, soon to be 3 seasons, as a head coach. He's been at Miami longer than that, just different positions. Mario is waiting on the Alabama job? No way, bro. I'm not saying Mario would come to Miami necessarily, but I don't think Mario is waiting for the Alabama job. No. Face it, people, Miami is never coming back, period. Miami is not going to spend the money. As it sits right now, Thomas, with the people that are up top, they would not. And that's why we said, what good is firing Manny Diaz going to do right now? Do you guys realize that if we fired Manny Diaz Saturday after the game, what good would that honestly do us? What good would it honestly do? We have a temporary guy step in who was not expecting this. Then we start a coaching search for who? For who with the amount of money that the people up top are willing to spend? Who would we realistically be able to obtain right now? Not who the fans want. And I'm not trying to end on a negative note. We're just being realistic. 3 weeks ago, Manny was the man. Times change quickly. Fair. It's true. The defense, something he's been in charge of for over 5 years, has gotten worse each year. Yeah, and that's very frustrating, man. It's very frustrating. Give us the edge to get whoever we want before everyone signs with them. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? I may be reading that the wrong way. 24/7 Canes. Casey says, Coop, I love you and the Hurricanes, but this down talk of my alma mater has gotten cancerous. Nothing but love, but I'll see you next week. I got you, Casey. No problem, man. It's some people, I get it. Some people don't want to look at the negative things, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal. I don't judge if someone is a fan or is not a fan, because we all have different ideas of how to get back to the top again. And some people express positive things, some people express negative things. It just varies. You know, when you bring together, how many subscribers we got on this channel now? Like 15,600 or something like that. There's no way that all 15,000 plus people on this channel are going to agree. It's literally impossible. It won't happen. We need a 50,000 stadium and fill it up, but instead Hard Rock Stadium makes us look bad. It does kind of suck that is nice as Hard Rock Stadium is, as fancy as it might be. Everything in there is blue. Everything's blue. Other than on the football field, you know, they put Miami in the end zone. Whoop-de-flippin'-do, you know? That's a whole nother conversation. Oh, dude, Cyclone Team Ibis never feel obligated to donate or join, man. Never. I enjoy the company. I enjoy talking football. This is exactly what ESPN and the college football world would want, the U to be down. Man. So maybe we need to get back more on some positive stuff if we can. This is gonna be a downer, man. Everybody's gonna leave Coach Coop stream and be like, man, I feel depressed. Like, dang, bro. Like, I was having a good week, and now I left Coop's stream, and I'm not feeling good. We don't necessarily want that. We But we're just trying to keep it real. We said we would talk about the state of the program a little bit, and I think that Uncle Lou upset some Canes fans. I'm sure he did. The man's got 40,000 subs, and that video had like 12,000 views, so a lot of people saw it. You're coming out of your shyness. Hey, good deal, man. Good deal. I learned, man, to just forget being shy. Break out, bro, because I was the kid that would take an F in school if I had to read a paper aloud. That's how shy I was. Straight A student, would take Fs if the teacher told me I had to get up in front of the class. I said, give me a 0. I don't care. Oh, I always eat up, Kane. Always rep the U, bleed orange and green. Like I said, at the end of the day, guys, people have different opinions. But at the end of the day, if you're in this chat and you are a Miami Hurricanes fan, I have no doubt that whatever you're saying, even if I don't agree with it, your intentions are that you want the University of Miami to have a great football team again. You want us to be back on top. I have no doubt. And that's why I tell you, you're allowed to speak your mind on here, positive or negative, because the end goal for you is the same as it is for me if you're a Miami Hurricanes fan. It is what it is. If we fire Manny before the end of the year, we get first dibs on a coach, compared to waiting till the end of the year and getting into a bidding war and picking from options C and D. I get it. I mean, I see what you're saying, that talks could already be happening. Right? We're week 4, week 5, week 6, halfway through the season, whatever. You could go ahead and be making some phone calls, gauging interest, talking numbers. But I would still be worried if the same people are at the top, because I think that it limits us greatly. It takes that list and it cuts out most of the people that I personally would want. That's what scares me. If the same people remain at the top, my list is a no-go, honestly. No way in heck Mario leaves Oregon. If he were to come home, hopefully bring the strength and conditioning coach too. Fair. Now, you guys know that Lou is trying to poke the bear a little bit, obviously. That's what he does best, and that's what he's known for. So, of course, he's going to do that. But there are some points that I don't have a comeback for. I'm just being honest. That was me too, Coop. Lucky for me, I was always smart enough to already have an A in the class. There you go, man. I said, no, teacher, give me an F. I'll take that 0. I work on cars too, but I ain't out of high school yet. I worked on AC in my uncle's car. Nice, man. It's good knowledge to have, being able to work on cars. Everybody's got to drive a car. Blake James gets fired after UNC. Manny gets fired after FSU. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I see Blake James getting fired, though. That's my thing. I don't know. We need you as our head coach? Heck no. Heck no. People message me all the time and tag me on Twitter, and they say, Coop, if you're so smart, if you care so much about the Canes and you know what's best for Miami, why don't you be the head coach? I have zero interest in that. None whatsoever. I am a crazy Miami Hurricanes fan who loves watching the team and enjoys voicing my opinion and discussing it with other Miami Hurricanes fans and college football fans. I do not want to be a coach for the Miami Hurricanes. No, 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 no. No. Heck no. Well, now, see, though, so people were saying, nobody's saying Ed Reed is head coach. Uncle Lou is smoking crack. No, there are plenty of Miami fans that want Ed Reed as head coach. Plenty. I see it all over social media. There are people right now in this chat who want to see Ed Reed be the head coach of the Miami Hurricanes. 100%. I'm not one of them. I don't want him to be the head coach. But there are people out there that do. Coral Gables needs to buy the golf course, put the new stadium there. I mean, people have looked around the university and looked for a spot to put the stadium. Let's see something. I wonder if we could legit pull up a map. How do we need to turn Google Maps to satellite. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we've never done this before. I would love to also have an on-campus stadium. I would love it, man. Even if it was a smaller stadium, I would love it. Build it in a way that, noise is a factor even with a smaller crowd. But where does it go? Where does it go? We're looking at a satellite image of the area surrounding the University of Miami. Let's back it out a little bit more. Where does it go? And I'm not saying that we couldn't make it happen. I'm asking you to point out an area and tell me where it goes. That's what I'm asking. I'm not necessarily saying that it's impossible. And I realize it's a pointless conversation because the chances of this happening are slim to none. Hate to break it to you. It's just the truth. You'd have to bulldoze something else. Let's see. What could we bulldoze? Here's a middle school. Maybe I'm playing. Don't take that and twist it and share it somewhere. Where do we honestly put it? I'm looking. I'm trying to find somewhere we could place it. Because I agree. I think like a 50K, I think like 50,000, 50, 60,000, I think that's big enough. That's more than enough. We don't need anything crazier than that. We just don't.
On the side of your helmet.
I got you cool. You can technically build a stadium if we buy out Miami's aquarium and use the Virginia Key as parking lot. And build an overpass.
The Miami Sequarium? Or was this... Where's that at? Where's that at in relation to the university? Have to buy some people out, put in Homestead, just put bleachers around Green Tree? Oh, come on now, Matt. Come on now. Thank you for another 5 24/7. Thank you, man. is 10 miles out. But then what? I mean, that gets us closer. But I thought the point of this conversation was discussing an on-campus stadium. I thought that was why we were even looking in this area to begin with. I thought that was the point. How big is this lake right here? I'm just kidding. Key Biscayne, the oceanography school is there. I don't know. I don't see it.
This is what it take.
I don't know, man. There'd have to be some serious landscaping done.
Enjoy the bye week. CC beer. Go Kane.
Kane 999. Thank you for the $5, man. Yeah, basically a bye week for me. Basically a bye week, man. Thank you for the love and the support. I'm not saying that a stadium is coming, Tony. I said there's like a less than 1% chance of it happening. We're dreaming. We're dreaming. We're playing hypothetical. We're pretending. We're using our imagination. We're just talking about it for a second, Baby Shaq. That's all. Because so many people. Look, let me explain why we were even doing this. I pulled up Google Maps in satellite image because so many people say just build one. Just build an on-campus stadium and it will help. So I want to pull it up and say, where? Marlins Stadium? There's no way they would tear down Marlins Stadium. There's no way. They just wouldn't. The views would be amazing. Seahawks Quest Stadium fits in that location. Trust me, go look on Google Earth. Okay, so you're saying to do the... Let me type it in. Miami Aquarium. Okay. So you're talking about... This is just for fun, guys. Not everything has to be super serious. I realize that it's a dead conversation and that it's beating a dead horse, and everybody's talked about it a million times plus one. I know. But I just wanted to actually talk with you guys live about it and look at satellite images and just see. So are you talking about right here? 24/7 Canes? This is technique. What's good? I said, he knows that it's not realistic. We're just playing pretend. What is this? Do what SpongeBob says and use your imagination. Can we talk about Saturday? We mostly got all of the Central Connecticut talk out of the way, Ricardo. We talked about that in the first probably hour of the stream. But we can end with discussing it a little bit. True, Cypher. True. That would be amazing views. He brings up a good point. That would be wild. That would be wild, man. You'd be like kind of almost on an island though. So anyways, it's still an interesting conversation to just discuss, even though we don't think that it would happen. So what's the score prediction? My score prediction is 41-10, Ricardo. I got 41-10 Canes, and everyone who called in tonight predicted a Miami Hurricanes victory. But most people, really what the talking points were tonight, Ricardo, is just how did the quarterbacks look, TVD versus Garcia, and what kind of impact does it have with them coming in as quarterback? How does it affect Rhett Lashley's play calling, since the O-line is not going to miraculously just be better? We win by 3 in a nail-biter? I hope you're wrong, Tony. I like the win, but I don't know about by 3 in a nail-biter. I don't know about that, man. I'd be pretty disappointed. Don says 54-13 Canes. You're keen to see Garcia. Yeah, man, don't count out TVD, but most fans are really anxious to see Garcia and see what he can do, because we've hyped him up. Big-time recruit. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if we can do what we should do against an FCS opponent, because it's expected. We should put up 50-plus on this team, without a shadow of a doubt. But do we do it? And more importantly than do we do it, how do we do it? Like I said, pay close attention Saturday to the way the team performs, the way they act. Watch body language. Look at chemistry. Look at the sidelines. And see if anything changes with Garcia back there running the offense. When TVD takes the field, do wide receivers start catching balls? Let's see. We're going to find out on Saturday. I'm going to find out Saturday night because I'm going to miss the game live. But what happens if we get upset again? There would be vicious technique. There'd be some... Whoa. There would be some problems, my man. There would be some problems. Give us the stream plug. So I will have links. Self-Made King. I know, Ricardo. Televised through ESPN3, Bally Sports Media, Bally Sports Network, whatever the heck it's called. I will have links Saturday. But you're going to have to keep an eye out on my Twitter. And you're going to have to keep an eye out on the community section on YouTube. Because I know I've said it several times, but some people are just tuning in. I will not be live Saturday. I'm the best man in a wedding. Literally during the game. Who does that? Who plans a wedding on a Saturday during college football season? What? Who? But I can't turn that down, man. I can't turn that down. You know? Did you see what I said earlier, Coop? Cyclone. We just need a leader on this team, Coop. We have no accountability. Look, Rambo as leader. I can see that. But one man can't do it all. Fair, but what's really frustrating with that, Cyclone, is when the guys we're looking at as leaders of this team are transfers. That's I mean, you know, it is what it is. But when our leaders are transfers consistently, it's kind of a problem, is it not? Just my opinion. But somebody said, who do you have, Tennessee or Florida? Obviously Florida. I don't think that there's any... Tennessee typically plays big-time SEC opponents close for a quarter or two, but then Florida runs away with that one, in my opinion. I just don't think there's any way that Tennessee can consistently keep up with Florida. Not 4 quarters of football. This ain't no way. Unless... Florida is just that beaten and battered after that Alabama game. You know, they were this close, and they couldn't pull it out. So I don't know. Is that game at Neyland? It's not, is it? Is that in the swamp? It is in the swamp. Okay, yeah, it's going to Florida, man. Pains me to say that, but Florida's going to win that game. Miami FSU prediction, way too early for that. No way that I could make a prediction on that game just yet. We need to see the Miami Hurricanes get into ACC play. Let's see how they handle Virginia, and then we'll go from there. Do you think we have a shot at Urban if the Jags keep tanking? No, I don't. And I would not be interested in Urban Meyer. No. For more reasons than one. No, thank you. That's a big fat no from me. You smell a close game? I hope not, man. I hope not. But I think that we may actually wrap the stream up for tonight, guys. How long we been live? 2 hours? We've been live 2 hours and 10 minutes. This is a little bit of a shorter stream because it's a Thursday night instead of a Friday night. I got a wedding rehearsal to go tomorrow. I got a wedding on Saturday. So that's probably going to wrap it up for tonight. I want to not focus on the people who are not hyped about the game and didn't show up, and focus on you guys who did show up. Thank you so you know what, all of you that are in here right now and everyone who stopped in at some point, I'm giving you a standing ovation. I'm not even trying. Listen, thank you guys so flipping much for being here during a week that's, you know, a lot of the hype has died down. Canes fans aren't excited. Canes fans are frustrated. But you took time out of your week to hang out with me for 2 hours and listen to me rant on about the Miami Hurricanes, pretend we were looking at a spot to place the stadium. We reacted to Uncle Lou's video. We talked about the Central Connecticut game. We talked about quarterbacks, the coaching staff, the state of the program, the head coaching position, a ton of different stuff. Somebody said they were a first-time live viewer. Did I miss that? Where was that? I swear I saw somebody say that this was their first time catching a live stream. Where was it? Where was it? Hey, James. James, James, I'm going to butcher your last name, bro. He says, what up, Coop? Long time watcher, first time commenter. Okay, got you. I'm interested to see TVD given the fact that I'm from Connecticut and have family in Glastonbury where he's from. Yeah, man. I think, James, I'm going to be honest. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Tyler Van Dyke. We already discussed it, but Jake Garcia has a higher ceiling, and Jake Garcia is the future of the program. But, bro, Tyler Van Dyke can sling it. Tyler Van Dyke, I call him the what is it I call him? I don't even remember. I think I called him like the jolly. I don't know, bro. I don't even remember. All I'm sitting at is TVD is a big dude, and I think that he could play very well on Saturday. Got a cannon for an arm. You're right, Supreme Goon. And Chugmo Beer says, great show, Coop. Let's go, Canes. Apparently, I have forgotten how to talk in these last 2 minutes, Chugmo Beer. Appreciate you, man. You can put Brady behind that O-line. But here's the thing, though, man. Like I said, let's see how a different quarterback does behind that O-line. You would think that King makes more sense because he's more elusive. But a stronger arm and a quicker release time and some tweaking with the play calling could potentially make TVD and Garcia look good. But it's an FCS opponent, so Virginia will be the true test if King is still on the bench. Do you believe King is done for the rest of the year? It's going to depend on the extent of that injury, and they're being very quiet about it. But is King benched? Well, he's injured at the moment. So King has injured his shoulder, and we don't quite know the extent of those injuries just yet. Don't ignore the SEC fans on here. Oh, never, man. John, that's why I always say my Miami Hurricanes family, but also my college football family, the Alabama fans that are here, the Georgia fans, everybody, man. It doesn't matter who you root for at the end of the day. If you're in here hanging out and talking college football, I respect you, and you're part of my family. I'm for real. The rumor, and I fit 24/7 Canes. If it was, man, we're going to see. We are going to see. And it takes me back to my video. And this is how I'm ending. We got everybody hitting the door because I know I said I was ending a few minutes ago. What was my video on Sunday? Canes fans, and well, my walking and venting with Coop, which, by the way, if you're missing those episodes, you should definitely, I'm plugging here, you should definitely check them out. We just keep it real. I bring up hot topics, and we're blunt. I said, time to bench De'Aaron King. And my point was, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I got so much negativity thrown at me for making that opinion, for voicing my opinion on that. But I said if De'Aaron King is hurt, if he's actually truly injured, he's doing the team more harm than good by trying to continue to play. So if De'Aaron King is indeed injured and he's not 100%, let the next guy play. I know it might hurt your pride. I realize that you're one of the leaders on this offense. You were hyped up all offseason. You signed all these NIL deals, and everybody talked you up. But if you are not 100%, take a seat and do what's right for this team. And I think that what scares a lot of quarterbacks, this is how I'm ending, what scares a lot of quarterbacks and other guys in a starting role is they're afraid that once they take a seat, if the next man up shines and gets the hot hand, he may not ever get to come back up off that seat again. It's tough, but that's sports. And the guy that puts us in the best position to win is the guy that's going to continue to play. What do you think of Coop if we look for a head coach? I would have to... Let me double check and make sure I'm thinking of the same person, because that's not a very common name. So it should be the person that I think it is. Okay, yeah, BYU. Does have head coaching experience. since 2016. I'm going to have to let that one simmer for a bit, James. I know that leaves you on a cliffhanger, but I'm going to have to let that one simmer a little bit because I hadn't really thought about it. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you for all the love. Jorn Page called in for the first time tonight. Owns the board. Big top $20 dono. Thank you so much for that, man. But shout out to Kane999. Appreciate you, man. 24/7 Canes with all the love tonight. BGPO Football Funk. Thank you for the $2, man. Don, thank you. Profane, Zulu, Bears, Cubs, Canes, Zulu again. Zulu a third time. And Jordan Page and A. Burgos at the beginning of the stream. Miami can't afford Kiffin. I beg to differ on that. It's two different things. There's Miami won't spend the money, and there's Miami can't afford that guy. We can afford that guy, but would we spend that money? With Blake James and Julio Frank up there? Probably not. But I already told you guys, I got the Canes with the dub, 41-10. Everybody who called in is successfully entered into the contest to win the $200 if your score prediction is correct. I will miss Saturday, so let everyone know Coop's at a wedding. He wishes he was here, but he can't be. But I'll try to have links for you guys. All right? At the end of the day, all day, every day, it don't matter. I bleed it, bro. Orange and green. Love you guys. I'll see you soon, all right? Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Peace out.